Welcome along for the ride. We're at the intersection of Ripley Road, Mount Elliott Road and Undullah Road. So we're about to go up Mount Elliott Road. I'll give you a bit of history, as always. I say as always, I've done one other video of the area. And if you want to know a bit of history, some true history, some fake history about Ripley and Undullah, go watch the other video. This one's just going to be about Mount Elliott Road. So, as the trend tends to go, roads are generally named after people that lived in the area. Now, Mount Elliott Road is a bit interesting because the person's first name wasn't Mount. I know, it's a shock. It's a shock to the system. So his name was Henry Hector Elliot. And, yeah, well, he owned this area. And so that was the name of his road, Mount Elliott Road. Now, why they called it Mount, I don't know. Maybe Hector had a good-looking wife, and everyone said, I wouldn't mind mounting that. And that's how it came to Mount Elliott Road. I don't know. I'm not the one that's making this stuff up, okay? Or maybe I am. But Mount Elliott Road, that's the name of it. Probably because it goes up a bit of a mount. But they could have had a horse called Elliot, and they used to mount the horse on this road. Could be many things. Henry Hector Elliot. That was his name. This is the start of Mount Elliott Road, and there's some interesting facts about here. There's some interesting facts about this area. I don't know them all. There is one thing I would like to see, and that is the sheriff's shack. Now, there was a report done in the area, and they said there was a sheriff's shack. And if their markings are correct, and my Google satellite view mastery is correct, we should be able to see an old trail heading up towards it. We're not going to ride up there though, because I'm going to make the assumption it's on their private property, and they probably don't want me riding all around their private property. So we could try to have a look at where that is, the area in general where it is anyway. But this road, it is a dead-end road. It is a nice road to take your bike on if you're learning adventure bike riding, or even if you just want to get out and about for a quick ride. This only goes for about 10-20 k's, and it's a very smooth, easy ride. So I've got to remember where in the world on the map it is. There was a bit of a pathway towards it, like an old car track. So we'll see if we can find that, and definitely take it slow around corners here, because you do get a lot of people that like to think they need to use the entire road to drive, and there's a lot of dead-end offshoots as well, which I don't think you're allowed to go down. But anyway, very easy ride, nothing difficult about it. There was one section that was a bit of an incline, and it would get washed out, so you get a lot of washouts, a lot of ruts, and they end up tarmacking that one section. So the only part that was a little bit sketchy is now tarmacked, and the rest of it they retained as dirt, which is fantastic. I don't know where this shack is. It looked like it was a flat plain, and we're going up more of a hill. So maybe it was further down there. But yeah, Sheriff's Shack. And in their report they do say that they're not sure what it was used for. I would have thought the name gave it away, but they say they don't know if a sheriff ever actually used it. It could have been used by some of the labourers, some of the stockmen. But I would have thought with a name like Sheriff's Shack, maybe a sheriff did actually use it. And this is all part of Undullah Station as well. So I found out by reading a sign I just passed, not from any research I did in preparation of this video. So this is all still part of Undullah Station. Cool. So that would mean Wild Pig Creek Road is also part of Undullah Station, because that goes all the way down there. So this section used to be the sketchy one, always washed out, and they've tarmacked it now, so no longer sketchy. I'll put up on screen on the map where that station is, or the hut, sorry, the station. The sheriff's hut is. Maybe I'm remembering it incorrectly and it's actually on Wild Pig Creek Road, but I'm pretty certain it was Mount Elliott Road. So we'll find out. Up this road you will come across a gate which we're about to get to, and this gate will be shut, but you can go through it. It just has a sign saying please close gate, and a sign saying slow down. Alright, let's get off the bike and open this damn gate. Well, that was mentally challenging, opening a gate and closing it. I don't know why some people can't do that. Right. Done our good deeds for the day. We closed a gate. So this is I believe it still is a cattle station, and I believe it originally was a cattle station. There is a section up here where it sort of forks out. If you're going up the hill, you go to the left. If you're coming down the hill, you're going down the hill, so you're going to stick to the left as well, right? But it does V out, and do be careful going through there when you're coming back down, that is, because some people don't understand keep left, and so they go on the wrong side of the road, and you can't see them until you're already coming up to the corner, which is this one we're approaching now. So we go to the left because we're going up the hill. Some people go straight up to the right. And I've been caught out on that a few times, and I always forget where this corner is when I'm coming back down. So it's always a little bit sketchy. Last minute braking on gravel, always fun. Lots of blind corners here as well, and this road does get used a fair bit because there's a state forest at the end, national forest at the end, I don't know, some kind of forest at the end where you can do bushwalking, which is really cool if you're inclined to that kind of stuff. I'm not. I bought a motorbike so I can sit my butt down and explore, not to walk. But you do get quite a few people coming up there to go for a walk. So just be mindful when you're coming through here. Don't go a million miles an hour and try to be a hero, because you're just going to die unless that's your plan. There are some houses up here as well. There's one there. And there's another one up the top as well, I believe. There's probably a few plotted along. A lot of hidden driveways. So another reason not to just sort of gun it up here. Take it slow around the corners because people will be coming down through here. Guarantee it. This gate's always open. don't know if it is one that's meant to be opened and closed. There's no sign on it, and it is always open. Alright, so now we're up the top, and there are some awesome views, which I'll show you when we come back down. A lot of people tend to park here because this part of the road is not friendly. It's not too difficult, but it is washed out a fair bit, and I don't know if they've got any plans of tidying it up. Yeah, you see, it's not that bad. Stick to the left and it's pretty good. This has got a little bit more washed out, but it's alright. So that's it, that's the end of Mount Elliott Road. You can shortly, well not shortly, but that was the wrong word. Okay, there's a new sign. Service vehicles only beyond this point. Never used to be there. There's nothing down there though. It goes for about 100 metres. So there's no real reason to ride down that anyway. And this is a walking track, which I've never done and have no intention of doing. But there it is. There's a walking track there for you healthy people that like to do manual labour. There's a couple of people walking down now. We'll get out of here, we don't want to have them on camera. Not for their privacy, they just didn't look very good. That's it. So that's Mount Elliott Road. Good road, simple one. You don't have to come up here on your big adventure bike if you don't want, but you can. It's, I mean, look at it. It's just a little bit of washout, a couple of little rocks, you can roll over them. Motorbikes have this thing called suspension, so your tyres will roll over stuff. If you're new to adventure bike riding and you're worried about a little rock, it will roll over it. Don't worry. Yeah. So it's probably good practice, this little section, if you want to practice some non-smooth roads, because it is very simple. There's nothing major here, and helps you get a bit more confidence riding, and you'll find yourself shortly after trying to find problems, trying to find difficult bits of the road to play on. So I have no idea where that sheriff's shack is. I'll do another video at some point on Wild Pig Creek Road, and if it's on there, well, ignore what I said about it being on this road. Just delete this video from your mind. Nice ride, and the view up here, fantastic. Let me get to the opening and show you. Right, to our left, we have some hills. To our right, wait for it, we have some hills. That is an awesome view. The lucky people that live up here. I mean, it'd be scary when there's bushfires, but when there's not bushfires, that is an awesome view. So let's see if I can make a mess of this going down the hill, or have a head on with someone coming up the hill. I keep reminding myself to take it slow because it is kind of fun to slide around corners. But these are all blind corners and people just come roaring up here. So it's not wise. I'm not a wise person, so... One thing is, I'm interested to see if I forget where that corner is again, where it forks out, because I always do. And I say always, I haven't ridden up here that many times, 4 or 5 times. So yeah, I should probably know and remember, but I don't. It's far enough down where you've got the confidence to flog it around the corner. I mean, flog the bike, of course. Anything else, you're just a weirdo. And then your confidence runs out when you realise you're on top of that corner, and then there's a car coming up the wrong way, and you're going to have a bit of a French kiss. Oh, bush turkey. Don't know if you saw that. I did, that's what counts. Is this it? No, it's not. So it'll be the next one. By next one I mean sort of right hand sweep. It is. Hey, you finally remembered. Is there a car coming at my face? No, there is not. We get to live another day. There you go. The amount of time I've seen cars come up there, it's a bit silly. Now, Mount Elliott Road used to go through, I believe, to the other side, which would be Boone Ipswich Road. Same as Wild Pig Creek Road, that also went all the way through. And you could also go down to Bow Desert Road via that road as well. Many years ago, long before I was born. Nowadays, no, there's a dead end on Wild Pig Creek Road and Mount Elliott Road. Oh look, that fence is closed. Fence, gate. What an idiot. Now, I'm not 100% certain, but I've been through this gate twice today, and I'm pretty sure that counts for 2 good deeds. So my good deeds are done for the day. I can be a jerk for the rest of the day. It's getting a bit hot now. According to the Weather Bureau, and we all know they get it right 100% of the time, there's currently a thunderstorm happening right now as we speak. I know, it's hard to see the thunderstorm through the blue sky, but it is happening according to them. I really would like to explore this area more. So if you do know of any tracks in this area, ones that we can, legally go down, because that's always a bonus, let us know. It is an interesting area, and it's pretty cool just to ride around it. It's a shame there's a lot of dickheads in the world that like to dump stolen cars and litter and tear things up, but I understand why that makes people want to close down or put gates up against gazetted roads and say no people allowed, no entry, private property or whatever. That's a shame. There's some really good areas to explore, and we're getting fewer and fewer of them. With the development of Flagstone, that's removing a lot of different areas, and councils sort of illegally closing down roads. They're not meant to be closing down some of these roads, but they are. Or they get a little bit dodgy and they shut down national parks that are meant to be open for whatever reason they think up for the morning, and sort of hope people forget about the area before they sell it to developers. You know, they'll put up a sign saying road closed because there's a frog that's rare, and then 10 years later they're like, we're selling this to developers because there's nothing in here that's unique. They seem to have forgotten about the frog that didn't exist. So it's a shame. We're losing a lot of tracks, we're losing a lot of areas. So more places to explore would be fantastic. And I am going to go up to Glasshouse Mountains, have a bit of exploration up there as well. Undullah National Park, if I'm saying that right. I don't know if I am. I'm sure someone will tell me I'm saying it wrong. Go and explore up there as well. There is a really good place to ride with your kids, if your kids are into bike riding. Glendon Campground. It's just past Warwick. It's probably about 20 minutes out from Warwick, and it's fantastic. There's lots of tracks, lots of area to ride. Well worth the hike out there. Better than QPM. The Queensland Motor Park is good. That's the one that we've got here in the Ipswich area. Sort of Ipswich area, might be Boona area they class it as, I don't know. It's off of Mount Elliott Road. That's pretty good, but Glendon just makes it look like a tiny backyard. Glendon is massive, and every track you can ride with your kid, which is great for me because my son rides a little TDR 50 and he likes me to ride with him. So we can do that out there, which is really good. So worth going for the drive out to Glendon camping grounds. My son's TDR, the reason he's got that TDR is, look, you could say it was child exploitation, but he's my son, so I don't know if that counts. I don't know. But when I bought my first bike, my wife said to me, we'll go buy a bike. It wasn't very challenging. She said, sell the camper trailer first and then spend the money buying a bike. And a bit of history with that camper trailer. We bought a camper trailer and used it once. So it was an ingenious idea, and I'm going to blame my kids on this because I did put it to a vote and they said, yeah, buy a camper trailer. And we bought one against my wife's better judgment. And we used it once, and it sat in the backyard for 2 years. We spent 30 grand on this camper trailer and used it once. So after it being sat in the backyard for 2 years, she said, well, sell it and buy a motorbike. And so I didn't. I took my son down to the motorbike shop. He saw the little Pee-wee 50s and TDRs. He fell in love with them. My wife called me, said, where are you? In a demanding way. And I said, I'm just at the motorbike shop. Took Charlie down for a bit of a look. He likes the little Pee-wee 50s, and she said, well, buy him one. See if they'll do a discount if you buy 2 bikes. And me being a good husband, did as I was told, and I bought him a TDR 50 and myself a KLR 650. So that's how I got the first bike. We did eventually sell that camper trailer about a year later. So technically I did do as I was told after the fact. It was sold before I bought this bike, I think. I might have bought this one before we sold it. And this one wasn't really known to my wife that I was going to buy this. She knew I was looking to buy another one, but it kind of appeared. Better to ask for forgiveness and permission, I guess, in some cases. So, but yeah, now she's saying I should buy a third one. If I get 1,000 subscribers, she said, just go buy another bike. So, like I've said in the previous video, my plan is to set up 1,000 fake YouTube accounts to subscribe to my own channel, because she didn't say it had to be 1,000 unique people. And the thing is, I don't really want another bike. I've got two. I don't really want a third one, but she's kind of thrown the challenge down, and I feel like I have to oblige. And I know what you're thinking. What if your wife watches this video? She's going to catch you out. You're not really thinking straight, because my wife and I live together and we work from home together. She spends 24/7 with me. So I'm quietly confident that in her spare time, she's not going to go and sit down and watch a video of her stupid husband speaking crap. Because she gets that shit for free live. So I think this is a safe space. We'll find out. Oh, blind corner, slow down. I'll behave. It's very tempting to just go hard. This is Ripley Road too, by the way. We're back on Ripley Road. So yeah, I think we'll end the video there. We'll keep this one nice and short. That was Mount Elliott Road. Bit of history for Mount Elliott Road. Some of it false, some of it true. I apologise, Miss Elliot, if I offended you. I made you up, but, you know, I might have offended a person that I completely made up by saying that the road's named after people wanting to mount you, but that's okay. I apologise. There's probably more history in the area as well. I'll try to find some more history if I can be bothered and put it in a description or a link or something like that. That lady's book that I mentioned in an earlier video, In the Shadows of Flinders Mountains, I think is what it's called. It's probably worth a read. It's probably got some really interesting stuff in there I should have read before I did this video, but I didn't. I'll put that in there for those that are going to read it. I mean, this is the internet. No one's going to fact check me. I can say anything I like and people are just going to believe me, because why would you fact check something? It's on YouTube. It's got to be real. So yeah, that's all for this ride. Enjoy. And I'm not sure where the next one's going to be. Yes, I do. Wild Pig Creek Road. We'll do that one and explore that a little bit. And I'll see if I can actually do some real research and find out what I can about it. But from what I've read and signs I've passed already, that'll be part of Undullah Station. Enjoy the... That's it from me. Till the next ride, stay safe, have fun.